Hello everyone, this is Total Wooden Adventures here, and welcome to Thomaston Railway Purchases video number 10. This video is going to be strictly on purchases that I have made so far this year. So the first item we are going to look at is the 2012 re-release of the Flying Scotsman. Now, this item I have been wanting in my collection for a really long time now. I've got the 1999 Flying Scotsman that I've always had in my collection, but I've never owned the 2012 re-release version of him, which to me I feel is the better model. Though take nothing away from the older model, the older model of Flying Scotsman is good as well, but I just really like this model a lot more. It just has like with a lot of you later or a lot of re-release models, they're a lot more detailed to their older model counterpart. Now, this item was not cheap by any means. You're probably wondering, how did you get your hands on this? Like, well, I was just lucky to find one for a good deal. Someone was selling one in Canada, which I purchased that off of eBay. It didn't take that long to arrive. But yeah, it's in really good condition. Now you got like some marks there, but like that's nothing. It's to be expected with used items that you'd have some sort of edge wear, but this is mostly in really good condition. So that's the Flying Scotsman, the front part of him. Here's the two tenders of him, which has L and E R on each side, and of course on the bottom you have Flying Scotsman written, or his tender, Flying Scotsman's tender written on the bottom, and like this, the front part of Flying Scotsman's got Flying Scotsman written on the bottom as well. Now I don't think the 1999 version I have has the name written on the bottom, but I'll have to check for sure, but I'm pretty sure that model doesn't have a name written on the bottom like this 2012 re-release of him. Here's the last tender of Flying Scotsman, which has 4472 on both sides, and again Flying Scotsman's name's written on the bottom, but this one's the water tanker, while the other one I just showed you is his coal tender. Another thing too, when Mattel first took over the license of the Thomaston Railway merchandise line, they started updating the dates on the wheels, but I don't know if you can see it or not. In the middle wheel that here has dated 2012. So yeah, that's Flying Scotsman. And our next item is a 1997 new in Box Skylowy. Now this is in your classic Thomaston Railway packaging. Like this overall is my favourite packaging of the Thomaston Railway merchandise line. It's just, you know, it's just that classic look. Like you got a picture on the front here that pretty much resembles like the original opening of the show to the model series, which It's pretty cool in my opinion. And then of course you got the Brit Outcroft logo up the corner here, and then you got the sticker on the front here that has made from real wood, ages 2 to 102, which you don't get that anymore, especially on the Thomas Wood items, and even the later Thomas and Railway models after the 90s. They didn't put this on it anymore, which is a shame, because that was a nice touch that they add to that when Learning Curve were first making the Thomas and Railway line. Yeah, this is the front of Skylowy, and yes, he does have a different face because it's an older model where you know, the more later models is the more common one that most people are probably more familiar with, but this is the first Skylowy face model. And then also too, if you notice, this Skylowy has a wooden funnel instead of a plastic funnel. They used, like in the 90s, they used to make the Thomas and Railway line, like all the engines would have wooden funnels instead of plastic, but I don't think they didn't fully move on to plastic until I think probably around the end of the 90s or just the start of the 2000s. But yeah, this is a really good model of Skylowy. I hope to get the older version of Rheneas to go with him. But I do have another Skylowy that's a 1999 model, I believe, of Skylowy, which is pretty badly beaten up. But I do want to get like a newer model of him, like new in box, just to use in you know, like in my series. Then again, I might even use this model of Skylowy yet, because I really like this model of Skylowy. And as we flip to the back, you have, you know, all the year 1997, that the year Skylowy was made, and then Brit Outcroft, etc. on the back. So yeah, this is a really nice model of Skylowy, and I'm happy I have him in my collection. Next up, we have a lot of people probably not or may not be familiar with these, but these are wooden track risers, like the 10-piece set that was sold. Not quite sure what year it was sold. I'm pretty sure it was from the 90s, but I didn't even know these existed until I saw them pop up on eBay. But yeah, they're pretty handy, because I remember I do me layouts, and say for instance the carpet was up higher or something that made the track not be leveled when setting up me layouts, and wish like I had a piece to kind of like level like a track piece, for example. So yeah, I got these track risers because I thought they'd be real handy for me layouts. Like you could even, like say, you can even slowly make a hill with some of them too, like stacking these up one by one. So yeah, that's the track risers. Next up is Thomas Wood Naya. Now this is an item I didn't think I would purchase originally, but I thought, you know, I'll purchase her in case I have an idea for an episode for her. That way I've already got her and not have to, you know, purchase her later on. But yeah, Naya's one of the better models of the Thomas Wood merchandise line, don't get me wrong. You know, she's not perfect, like missing the dome, and then she should be a bit longer really, for being honest, but she's basically the same size as your typical Thomas model. But yeah, and she also has her name written on the bottom as well. So yeah, that's oh, and on the back you have a little character description of Naya. I reckon, like, to be honest, I reckon this is like a lazy option by Mattel, having like a description of a character like on the cardboard, because most kids, unless you're like a collector like me, that well, I'm probably gonna open this eventually, but you know, they'll just rip the car, like rip it open and like not care for the back really. But I know, I just wish they still did the character cards, because I thought that was a nice touch to the old Thomas Room Railway line that they used to do, where they'd have character cards. Now it's just written on the back of the box. But yeah, that's Thomas Wood Naya. Also, when I got Thomas Wood Naya, I also got Rebecca as well. Both came different times though. Though I was told they would both come together, but they both arrived to my door at different parcels, which was weird when I bought it off the same seller at the same time off eBay. But nonetheless, I have them now, which is good, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, Rebecca's model is, you know, one of the better models of the Thomas Wood line as well. Now, Rebecca, like, I've seen a lot of fan-made series. They've done a really good job of, a lot better job than Mattel has done in Rebecca's character. But like in the fan-made series, like, I always liked Rebecca in them, because I thought, you know, like the fan-made series have done a lot better job in making a good character out of Rebecca than the actual TV show has. So yeah, I wanted to get Rebecca. I actually have an idea to actually use her actually, but I'm not going to tell you guys yet what that will be. You just have to wait and see. So yeah, and on the back, of course, you have the description of Rebecca as well, much like Naya does. See, it's dated 2018. These fully painted Thomas Wood items, they're like real hard to get from where I'm from, because they don't really sell them. They only just sell only just see heaps of half painted versions of Thomas and Diesel mostly. Sometimes I'd see Harold or Naya or Shima, but no, don't really see the fully painted ones. But yeah, another thing too, Rebecca's model should be longer, because, you know, Mattel have just cut down on the size of the engines now, which sucks really. But you know, this is the closest thing we're gonna get to a wooden railway in Rebecca and Naya too, unless some other company comes along later on. So yeah, that's Rebecca. Next up is the 1996 Windmill. Now this is something I've been wanting in my collection for a while now. It just reminds me so much of the windmill from Thomas and the Magic Railroad movie. And this windmill too, in my opinion, is a lot better than the red windmill, which is the one I've had in my collection since since the early days of when I first started collecting Thomas and Railway. But yeah, we'll just take the top off here first, and I'll show you the detail on the bottom of the windmill. On the front here you have a door surrounded by, you'd say, vines or weeds or some bush type plant near the door here. And then we have more detail on the side of some trees and shrubs and bushes. This is really nicely detailed all the way around. And this windmill is in really good condition considering its age too. I actually want a bid for this windmill too for a pretty good price. It's only I think I paid probably $30 all up. So that's a steal in my opinion, because these go for a hell of a lot more, especially new in box. Like I've seen them go for like $200, or yeah, probably between 150, 200, or 100. But yeah, it was $30, so this was a steal that I won in a bid. No one else bid it. I was the only person that bid it on this, so I was really lucky. And on the side here, we have the windows on the top part of the windmill. It would have been good if they had some decal on the roof here, but it's alright. But at least, you know, we got decal that goes all the way up on the back here too. But it would have been cool if they did have decal, just to resemble like the colour of the roof for the windmill, or though it probably would have just been the same colour as this on the top here if they did have added decal up the top. And on the other side too, we have two windows. So yeah, that's the 1996 windmill. Now the final item is the Vicus Town station. Now if you've seen on my Instagram, you would have seen that I've been after this item for a really long time now, and I finally managed to track one down on eBay, which I got a couple of weeks ago. It's in alright condition. Like, you have some marks like this on the bottom, which did kind of bug me, but you know, when you have your track set up to it, you're not gonna really see it, so it shouldn't really be an issue. And on the sides we have decals here. It's the Topham hat, it's a Dowager hat, and I'm pretty sure that's Alicia body here. And then you have station master and passengers over on this side here. That's a nice just some nice added detail. And you also have detail on the other side here as well. Like here you have like a post box, some mail and a policeman, and another station master, and more passengers here too. Just some nice added detail. You also have detail on the front here of passengers in behind the window. And up the top here it says Vicus Town, to represent the station of the town. I find it weird that they don't have Vicus Town written on the back here, which is really odd in my opinion. You'd think they'd have it on both sides, but anyway, this item also makes some noises as well, as you turn the red knob up the top here. And that pretty much covers everything. Thank you guys all for watching my 10th Thomaston Railway purchases video on all the Thomaston Railway items I have purchased so far this year. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.